GospelMusicians.com.
This is Gospel Musicians. Jamal Hartwell coming right at you. I'm the president and owner of GospelMusicians.com, and we are dedicated to giving resources to gospel musicians and musicians as a whole. So, I just came back from a conference in New Jersey. It was awesome. Had an awesome time. I did a piece on technology, okay? I did a piece on technology, and I did a demonstration on how to use your iPad to play backing tracks. Now, I have to tell you guys that this iPad here, I have an iPad 2, 32 gig. It's a game changer when it comes to playing backing tracks. So what I'm going to do from now on, I got a few different videos to do. I'm going to go step by step from beginning to end, how to load backing tracks, how to do backing tracks, some tips that I've learned, what resources to use, what sound card to use, how to really do backing tracks from beginning to end with your iPad using Apple's GarageBand for the iPad. Now, just a little talk about the iPad from a technology standpoint. A lot of your first question you might say is, why don't I use my laptop? Well, you can use your laptop. Your laptop is awesome. In my personal opinion, I am an electrical engineer, but you know that doesn't mean I know everything. But my first degree is electrical engineering and applied physics. So I believe that from my experience and as a musician, first off, you know, why would I use an iPad for backing tracks over a regular laptop? Well, my iPad that I have here, in my opinion, is more stable than a laptop. Now, you might say, well, but a PC has, you know, you have a dual core, you got an i7, blah, 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 you got SSD drives. That is true. But you have to look at the fact that you're running background processes. So that full power that you think you have, you really don't have because you're running background processes, okay? So the iPad, there's really no background processes to run. When you load your GarageBand here, all the resources are dedicated for GarageBand. Now, another thing is there's no mechanical parts. There's no hard drive here. There is a flash drive. Now, I did confirm with one of my friends and looking again that the flash is not the same SSD flash. It's your normal flash that you have on your regular memory stick. So it's not as fast as regular flash, but at the same time, you're talking about loading flash into memory. So flipping back and forth between tracks. Another advantage to me, in my opinion, in my umpteen years of doing music, playing for churches since I was 16. So in the next, 16, 17 years of doing music without aging myself, in my opinion, not only is it more stable, but I personally like using my finger more than I like using a mouse. So say I'm going to do a backing track and I got my finger, I'm doing like this, and I'm trying to use and go to the next track. Yeah, and I know you Ableton Live users have something totally different, so I know you guys are awesome. I haven't delved into that yet, but people said I'll never go back. Okay, so let's deal with the iPad though. So forgetting those Ableton Live people who use Logic, you got to switch back and forth between your full track. It still has to load. Whereas to me, a finger swipe and a finger push is faster to me than a moving of the mouse. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna get your stuff ready. All right. So the first stage, if you come around a little bit. Here I have up right here on the screen 2, right here on the left, I have a set of tracks. I'll let you hear the track right now. Alright, so now this track is actually done by one of my, it's called Boom. I sell these. All of these backing tracks and click tracks are sold on my website, store.gospelmusicians.com, all right? So it's called Backing Tracks, all right? Andre Forbes, he was very gracious in allowing me to sell his backing tracks. Call him Fingers. He's very, very good, all right? He's very good. So he has all these backing tracks. We got more backing tracks to come, implemented with the iPad for you gospel musicians, R&B musicians. We're going to be adding some click tracks so you can play dedicated for the iPad. All right, this is the world of iPad right now. RIP Rest in peace, Steve Jobs. You've done an awesome job. Appreciate you guys at Apple. So, all right, here's Apple Logic. I'm an Apple guy, as you can see. And so all my tracks are broken out. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tracks. Your GarageBand for your iPad allows you to do 8 tracks, which is quite enough for a live gig. If you're doing more than that, you're super professional, and you're probably using a laptop or some other crazy combobulation. So, so right here I have just the regular demo track. I'll solo this for you. All right, so that's pretty much everything. I have the full track without the drums. Now, this full track without the drums is what people say to me, well, Jamal, why do I need to break up my tracks into 8 different tracks when all I need is a stereo track and play it off my iPod? That's possible. But in my professional experience from doing backing tracks, what you hear at home is not what you're going to hear in a live situation. There will always, from my professional experience, always, your mixer or your sound guy in the back is going to say, man, that's a nice track. Can you turn down the drums? That's a nice track. Can you turn this up? That's a nice track. Can you turn that up? And you know your drummer is going to want to hear the click track. Let me let you hear what a click track sounds like. Here is the click track. That's what we call in the professional world, musician world, a click track. That's what your drummer plays to. He's going to want that louder than anything else. So to do a professional gig, yes, you can use a stereo, but what you want to use is you want to use the tracks broken up. All right. So I broke up all the tracks here in my Logic. Whatever you're using, Cubase, Pro Tools, whatever you're using, these are all audio tracks. We're dealing with audio right now. We're not dealing with MIDI. We'll talk about that a little later. So the cool thing about Logic, all right, so I got my audio tracks. Remember, we have a maximum of 8 on GarageBand's iPad's GarageBand. We have a maximum of 8. So Apple did an awesome thing. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a folder here called Boom. All right, and now this is very, very key, guys. Before you do anything, make sure whatever the name of the song is, make sure you name it Boom blah blah blah. So I got Boom demo drums, Boom. That just says backing full. That should be called Boom backing. Boom backing full. Boom click track, Boom lead, Boom bass, Boom bombastic. No, I'm just playing. Boom piano, Boom brass. You want to do that, and I'll show you why later. This is going to help you. It's going to save you a lot of time. So we take this, if you know about Logic, take where your ending mark right there so you don't get all this extra space. And I do a file right here. Let's look at the screen. And instead of doing a bounce, we're going to export all tracks as audio files. It will use the name of the track that you use. We go to my desktop right here, and we go boom. All right, 24-bit AIF. We're cool with that. It might be overkill. Let's go 16-bit just to save a little space and resources. You can do it with your effects plugins, without your effects. Your volume, your automations right here. I don't have any automations, so we don't need to do that. So here we go. Yeah, with your automations, without your automations. So here we go. We go save. And Logic, with its awesome self, it takes all of the tracks, it exports them. That's why I love Logic. It's really, really cool. Really cool. So here's the tracks. It automatically normalizes the tracks. And so I'm exporting each and every track individually. As a side note, for you guys who are dealing with people who have Pro Tools and you want to change or exchange tracks with people who have Pro Tools, this is the way you would do it. You would export all tracks as audio files, and then you would send that folder, zip it up, put it in your Dropbox, and you send it to you guys at Pro Tools. They'll be able to use it. Hopefully they can send it back to you, but Pro Tools got some crazy stuff with the consolidation stuff. So I have all my tracks. I'm done here. I am done here. Bam. Let me make sure if I don't save. All right, everything's here. Boom, backing full. It adds a BIP on it. Means it stands for bounce in place. You can keep it. You could take it out. But remember, everything is named boom, 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 boom. All right. So we don't need this anymore. So that's what we have right now. All right. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to import those into the iPad. But I'm not going to do that yet because I'm going to take a break because that's part one. So let's do a review of what we did on part one. We said, you know what? I'm sick of using a PC. I want to use my iPad live. I want to use it for backing tracks. What do I do, Jamal? The first thing you do is get all of your backing tracks together. You have a maximum of 8, which is quite enough. You got your click track. You got your horns. You got maybe 2, 3 stacked vocals, maybe another stacked vocals. You got 3 more for bass, lead, blah, blah, blah. But chances are, if you're at this professional level, you already got a bass, you already got a lead guitar player, you already got a drummer. So all you really need is your click track. You need maybe 1, 2, 3 backing vocals. Then you add some horns, then you add some leads, then you add some synths, and you're still at 7. So that's quite enough to do what you need to do. All right? So you did everything in Logic. You did everything in Pro Tools. You did everything in whatever your DAW is. You export all of those. You bounce all of those tracks individually. You put them in a flow folder. You make sure that you name the first name something that you can find. I recommend naming it the name of the song. Okay? Then you have a folder sitting on there. And here's your beautiful iPad ready to import your new audio files. All right? Oh, that's my little son. Right there. So that's my little boy, man. He's a cute one. Let's see his full picture there. Look at my little Jay. Look at my little man right there. Yes, sir. I'm a proud dad. So that is part one of this video. How to export your tracks to prepare to import into your iPad to be used in GarageBand's iPad.
For more fat clips, go to gospelmusicians.com.